I will try to be very brief. Ladies and gentlemen, the right to self-determination is one of the core principles of international law. It is the fundamental right and has been declared as important as right to life by UN General Assembly resolutions. This self-determination has led millions of people across the globe to find their destiny. Kashmiris for last 70 years still wait for implementation of UN resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir. Ladies and gentlemen, our resolutions, the resolutions on the Jammu and Kashmir, have been agreed upon by India and Pakistan, making these resolutions as international agreements of binding force besides being the resolutions. Normally there is no need to accept the resolution, but in our case, it has been agreed upon for the implementation. But the sad part of this, when it was pending in the UN Security Council, Indian representative as well as the Indian Prime Minister made commitments, yes, we will implement the UN resolutions. But you see the malafide. At the same time, India was deploying its forces in all parts of the Kashmir. And once India was sure, now the military grip over Kashmir is strong enough, India started calling Kashmir as integral part, ignoring the UN resolutions, ignoring the responsibilities as a member state. Not only this, ladies and gentlemen, India, in order to confuse the world opinion, has started saying the UN resolutions are old, therefore have become ineffective. This is not true. Our UN resolutions on Jammu and Kashmir are intact and enforceable. There are three situations where a UN resolution can become ineffective. Number one situation, when there is a time framework mentioned in the UN resolutions. It is not there, therefore intact. Second situation, when the parties to the dispute enter into an agreement that we have resolved this issue, we don't need the UN resolutions, and this too with the consent of the Security Council, with the endorsement of the Security Council. It has not happened in our case. The third situation, when the United Nations passes another resolution cancelling the old one, this too has not happened in our case. Our resolutions are intact and enforceable. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an Article 6 of the UN Charter which says if any member state persistently violates the principles of the UN Charter, her membership shall be cancelled by the General Assembly on the recommendation of the Security Council. Now there is a question. The UN resolutions it is a violation to the principle of UN Charter? Yes, it is. These have been passed under Chapter 6, Article 34, 35 and 36. And if it is like that, then according to the law, the membership of India is at stake. Now, let me touch the draconian laws. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of India has responded to our peaceful demands for implementation of UN resolutions brutally. in several ways. Demographic changes. India is pursuing its policy to change the demographics of Kashmir. Why? It is a Muslim majority area, wants to change it in a minority, wants to migrate and settle down Hindus in mainland India into our homeland, into the Kashmir. It is against international law. International Geneva Convention, Article 49, subclass 6. It is against the Article 8, subclass 2 of Rome Statute of Criminal Code. And Article 146 and 147 declares the demographics change by occupying power as war crimes. It's mentioned in these laws. Chemical weapons has been used in Kashmir. It is against the Geneva Convention. It is against the Geneva Gas Protocol. But it is being used in Kashmir. Pellet guns. Pellet guns is massively in use in Kashmir. In India, it has never been used, but in Kashmir, it is being used against the Kashmiris. And the medical reports show that the pellets have been used above the abdomen, on vital part of the body. And it is law. When vital part of the body is hit, it means state has the intention to kill. Laws have been framed. Law violations are so massive, Government of India has given a legal cover to these. Draconian laws. Shoot to kill has been given to the Indian Armed Forces against the International Covenant on Civil and Political Rights, Article 6, which says everyone has a right to life. No one can be deprived of this right even if there is an emergency of war. But practically, shoot to kill has been given. Section 7, impunity has been granted to the Indian Armed Forces. No suit can lie against any Indian soldier in any court of law. Section 7 of the Public Safety Act. It says, if the state has a reason to believe that any person may or is likely to do an act whereby the security of the state is threatened, he can be put in the prison for 2 years. Confession before a police officer has been declared a valid confession under Indian Evidence Act. This has resulted in torture. Identity of a witness can remain in secret. This has resulted in fake trials. Ladies and gentlemen, we, the Kashmiris, are facing a cruel enemy. If we remain silent, India says they are happy with India. If we come to the streets, they torture us, they imprison us, they kill us. And when we resist their terror, they call us terrorists. Where we will go? Who will come to our rescue? It's the international community.